Hello, boys and girls. My name is Miss Tina, and I'm going to read for you today. The book that we have is called The Great Fuzz Frenzy. It's by Janet Stevens and Susan Stevens Crummel. And in this book, it's about a fuzzy ball, and there is a big dog, and the big dog's name is Violet. And you can see Violet has the big fuzzy ball in her mouth. And these are prairie dogs. Prairie dogs live in tunnels under the ground. And over here we can see Violet with a fuzzy ball in her mouth. And then Violet, Violet, no, that's her owner. Woof. Violet's, Violet, where's the ball? Her owner asks, and she's just looking at us like, I don't know. And then we come over here and we see that the prairie dogs have a long tunnel down here. And the ball is going bonk, bonk, bonk. And then watch out below. Rumble, rumble. Help, help, help. They're all scattering in their tunnel because that big ball is coming down into their hole. And then we go, run for your life. They're yelling at each other. Thump, thump, plunk. There it sat, perfectly still. The prairie dogs waited perfectly still. And there's that big fuzzy ball, and they're all looking at it. They don't know what that is. Slowly they crept out, inch by inch, dog by dog. What is it? A thing. A good thing or a bad thing? It's a round thing. It's a strange thing. It's a scary thing. What should we do? Don't touch it. Shh. Is it alive? My goodness. Then they're all scattered and they're all scared. They don't know what this thing is. And then we have a big booming voice that says, stand back, boomed a voice. You act like gutless groundhogs, afraid of your own shadow. Oh no, it's Big Bark. Big Mouth is more like it. He's the meanest dog around. I thought he left town. Well, I'm back, growled Big Bark, so out of my way. Let me have a look. But before anyone could move, little Pipsqueak raced past Big Bark, reached out and poked the big round thing. No, the crowd yelled. It's Fuzzy, said Pip. Oh, the crowd gasped. She looks like she's a happy one. A tiny piece of fuzz was caught in Pip's claw. She looked at it. She turned it, sniffed it, and then she put it on her head. Look at me. Ah, the crowd sighed. Quit hamming it up, you half-pint hamster, snarled Big Bark. I'm in charge. That's Big Bark down here. He's in charge. But those prairie dogs didn't listen. They had to have Fuzz. I like it. Me too. I want some. Do you? Oh, yes. So do I. So do we. So do they. Big Bark moved away. Get out of our way. They charged past him and they grabbed at the fuzz. You see over here, everybody's grabbing pieces of fuzz. Everybody wants a piece of that fuzz. That's a strange thing in their burrow. The prairie dogs pulled at it, they puffed it, they stretched it, they fluffed it, they tugged it, they twirled it, they spiked it, they swirled it. They fuzzed their ears, their heads, their noses. They fuzzed their feet, their tails, their toeses. Over here you see him grabbing at it, and over here you see them all dressed up with it. Big Bark was beside himself. Listen to me, you ridiculous rodents. Stop this fuzzy foolishness. But they were having a good time with that fuzz. But those prairie dogs didn't listen. They were busy being hot dogs and silly dogs and corny dogs and frilly dogs, top dogs, funny dogs, super dogs, and bunny dogs. Look at them all dressed up. They're so cute. And over here, you're all nuts, you squirrely fuzz freaks, yelled Big Bark, storming off. They were having a good time. He's dressed up like a bunny, and he looks like a superhero. And they've got twirls all around like he's a Christmas tree with stuff. Okay, over here we have news of the Fuzz spread from hole to hole, from burrow to burrow, and all their other friends from the neighborhood came to see about this Fuzz. Soon prairie dogs from everywhere were coming to see that Fuzz. They came, they saw, and they picked. Everybody wanted a piece of that Fuzz. And look at them all dancing around. They were so silly, having a good time with that. They twisted it, they braided it, they danced and paraded it. It was a Fuzz frenzy, a Fuzz fiesta, a Fuzz fandangle. The whole prairie was abuzz with Fuzz. Look at them dancing around, having fun. They picked and they pruned and they pulled and they pinched and they pulled and they pruned and they picked until the Fuzz ran out. That big round thing was fuzzless, naked as a plucked chicken. Some prairie dogs got a lot of Fuzz. Some got a little. Some got no Fuzz at all. All of them were mad. Some of them were mad. Give me that Fuzz. Why? Because it's my Fuzz. Well, it was. Get that Fuzz. Get that Fuzz. Pulling, grabbing, swiping, nabbing, poking, jabbing. It was a war between the Fuzzes and the Fuzz-Nots. Their peaceful town was a battlefield. It was a Fuzz fight, a Fuzz feud, a Fuzz fiasco. Look at them all twirling around with that Fuzzes just flying everywhere. I started this, moaned Pipsqueak. I have to do something. Everybody, stop fighting. But then they lay down. But those prairie dogs didn't listen. The battle raged on. Friend against friend, cousin against cousin, dog against dog, until no one was left standing. They were pooped. They were fuzzled out. They fell fast asleep. Hours later, the prairie dogs began to stir. Uh-oh, where's the Fuzz? I don't know. Where did it go? Someone has stolen our Fuzz, cried Pipsqueak. Who did? He did. She did. You did. They're all pointing at each other. They can't figure out what happened to all that Fuzz. Oh my goodness. I did, barked the voice from above. I stole the Fuzz. The prairie dogs froze. Then they raced up the long tunnel. There stood Big Bark, covered with Fuzz from head to toe. I'm king of the Fuzz, he shouted. Do you hear me? I'm the king of the... Uh-oh. Swoop! The sky was black. What happened? Where's Big Bark? Look! There he was, high above their heads, dangling from the talons of the eagle. No more Big Bark, the crowd cheered. Yay! Not yay, don't yay. He's one of us, yelled Pip. We have to save him. How would you like to be the big eagle's lunch? No, the crowd yelled. Over here you see the big eagle with Big Bark all puffed and fluffed up with a Fuzz, and he's carrying him away. Big Bark, wiggle free, the prairie dogs shouted. Shake loose, hurry, we'll catch you. Big Bark twisted and turned and wormed and squirmed. At last he was free of the Fuzz. Yay, the crowd cheered. Big Bark fell faster and faster. No, prairie dogs scattered. Get back here, yelled Pip. Quick, make a circle, hold out your paws. They ran left, they ran right, then left again. Plop! There's Big Bark right in the bunch of them. Save me, you saved me, Big Bark cried. And I stole your Fuzz. Now it's gone forever. Good, said Pipsqueak. Fuzz is trouble, right? Yay, the crowd cheered. Friend hugged friend, cousin hugged cousin, dog hugged dog. We don't need Fuzz, said Pip, but with the eagle around, we need to have watchdog. with a big bark. Big Bark rose up on his hind legs. Eagle's back. Bark. This is not a test. Bark. All dogs below. Bark. Okay, so all the dogs ran back down into the tunnel to get away from the... There you go. They ran down and down and down into their long tunnel, into their long burrow. The prairie dogs raced down, 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 down the long tunnel. Okay, phew, we made it. That was close. 3 cheers for Big Bark, the best watchdog ever. Yip, yip, yay! Yip, yip, yay! Yip, yip, yay! Just doing my job, Big Bark smiled. Are we ever going to get tangled up with Fuzz again? Cried Pipsqueak. No, the crowd yelled. No more Fuzz, no more Fuzz. And from that day forward, the prairie dogs lived happily and fuzzlessly ever after. And over here, they're back to their great self, and they're hugging each other, and they're loving on Bark, because he has a big bark and he chases away the eagles. And there's Violet, and she's got an orange ball now. What do we think the tail of the orange ball is going to be? Hopefully she won't toss it down the prairie hole. Well, that was a fun book, girls and boys. I hope you get to get that at your house and see it, get it from the library. This book came from the library, so you could get it from the library. Bye-bye now.